This lesson is 13.2, which is on stem and leaf plots. So you use stem and leaf plots to order data. So it's another way to display data. Some key things is there's no comma between numbers. So looking here at our example of a stem and leaf plot, the numbers to the left of the line are called the stem, and to the right of the line are the leaves. So you do not use comma between any numbers. There are no commas on this example. You always include a key. So our key is here. It says 13 line 3 equals $1.33. That helps us to read the graph. A stem can be 1 or 2 digits. So you see over here our stem is 2 digits each. And then a leaf can only be 1 digit. So all of these are only 1 digit. You have to put the leaf digits in order from least to greatest. So looking at our first line here, we have 3, 7, and 9. They are in order from least to greatest. Some other things is you can do this with decimals. The stem can be the numbers left of the decimal, but the leaf can only be 1 digit. It's important to remember that. The stem does not have to start with the digit 1, and the stem cannot skip digits. So here's my line, I have my stem, my leaf. Let's say I'm starting with 12. If I'm starting with 12, that's okay. I don't have to start at 0, but then I have to go in order. I can't skip. So I have to go 13, 14, 15, 16, right? And on and on. Cannot skip digits. So we are going to make an example. We're going to display the snowboarder's times in a stem and leaf plot. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order this data. I'm going to do it slow so that I don't get things mixed up. I'm going to look first for my smallest number, and I'm going to cross it off before I write it. So I see I have 35.1. Then next, it looks like I have 2 37.1. So 37.1, 37.1. Then I have 38.3. Oop, I missed one already. Before I do 38.3, I have 37.9. 37.8, excuse me. Then I have 38.3. Then I have 38.4. Then I have 38.8. Then I have 39.2. Then I have 39.3. Then I have 40.5. 40.6, 40.9, 41.2, 41.4, 41.7. Then to double check that I didn't forget any numbers, I'm going to count how many I was given and then count how many I have. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So I should have 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. I have all of them. Now I'm going to create my stem and leaf plot. So I'm going to draw my line. And you can either label SNL or you don't have to. It doesn't matter. And then I have to figure out, okay, so my lowest is 35. I can only have one number on the leaf. So I'm going to start by writing 35. And my highest is 41, so I can't skip. I have to do 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my key. This is what people forget most often to do. So my key, I'm going to do 35. You can choose any number you want. 35.7 equals 35.7. And then I'm going to add in my leaves. So I have 35.1. So I'm just going to write that as a 1. I don't have any 36, so I'm going to leave it as blank. If I add a 0, that actually adds in a data point. That would be 36.0, and we don't have that, so we just leave it blank. Then I have 2 37.1, so I have 1 and 1. I'm spacing them out with no commas. And then I also have an 8. So 1, 1, and 8. Then for 38, I have a 3, 4, and an 8. again, spacing them out, no commas. 39, I have a 2 and a 3. 40, I have a 5, 6, and a 9. And 41, I have a 2, 4, and a 7. So what I've just done is I've organized this data from least to greatest in a 7-leaf plot. The other thing you need to know is range. Range is the difference of values between the greatest and the least values in the set. So you would just take, looking at our snowboarders, the highest, the greatest, is 41.7, and the smallest is 35.1. So then what I would do is I would subtract that. So we get 0.6, and then we have a 6 here. So our range is 6.6. That's the difference between the highest and the lowest value. An outlier is data that is much less or much greater than most of the other data in the set. So if we had 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 64. Right? 64 is an outlier. It's way out there. It doesn't correspond with the rest of our data. So these ones we are going to find the range. We are going to take the greatest value minus the least value. So I'm going to start, 59 is my greatest, right? I have 59. And then my smallest is 33. So I'm going to subtract 33. That leaves me with 26. My range is 26. For this next set, it's not ordered, so you have to be careful. We're looking for our biggest, so it looks like 82, and then our smallest, which is 10, which shows me that the range is 72. The difference from the greatest and the least is 72. Then for outliers, this we're just looking to see, are there any numbers that really stand out? So looking at our table, we have 5, 4.5, 3, 2.5, 3, 14, 6, 8, and 5. The one that stands out the most to me would be 14. The rest of them are pretty close together except for 14. That one is pretty out there. This one we have 49, 22, 24, 25, 15, 17, 14, 32. For this one, most of the data is pretty close together, except for sure 49. 49 is way out there, and you could even say 32. That one is a little bit closer, but that could count as an outlier. And then in this data, we have 3, 9, 11, 8, 6, 12, 5, and 4. There is no outliers here, right? All of our numbers are pretty close together. There's none that really stand out. Okay, then here we have a 7-leaf plot. It lists the numbers of students in each class in the middle school who own pets. Find the median and the mode. So I am going to start with the mode because I love doing mode. We're just looking. Are there any numbers that repeat? And which one has the most? So I see that there's 2 7s, 2 1s, 2 2s. So they all have 2. So that means they're all modes. But the mode isn't 7. The mode is 17, right? So we have to look at our key. So we have 17 as a mode. We have 21 as a mode. And we have 32 as a mode. Those numbers occur the most. Then for our median, we're going to do the same things if our data was all laid out. But we're going to cross off. We're starting with our smallest, which would be 11, and our biggest, which is 33. And then we just work our way in. So these cancel. Whoa. Sorry about that. Then these cancel, these cancel, these cancel. And then when I cross off this 9, I have to go to the outside of this row. So those cancel, those cancel, those cancel, and I'm left with a 5 here. But really that's not 5, it stands for 25. So the median is 25. Then it says, what is the difference between the least and greatest number of students? So that is the range. So if I look at my data, I see that the highest number is 33, And the lowest number is 11, which means my range is 22.
The last problem here is making a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. So when we're looking at more than one set of data. So the data below shows the number of laps swum during practice by swimmers on 2 different swim teams. Overall, which team swam more laps? So we have the dolphins and we have the sharks. To make a back-to-back stem and leaf plot, we're going to keep our stem in the middle, and then we're going to put our leaves off to the side. So our stem for this one is going to go in the middle, and we will do 0 because there's some single digits, 1, 2, and 3, since it looks like my highest number is 30. And remember, we can't skip digits in the stem. So then we're going to do dolphins on one side, and we are going to do sharks on the other. Sorry, let me clean this up here. Okay, so the sharks, we got to kind of read it like going backwards, and the dolphins will do normal. So dolphins, I'm going to look to see if I have any single digits. It doesn't look like I do. So I'm going to put nothing in the 0 row, and I'm going to go down to the 1. And it looks like we have 17, 18, 19, 19. So I'm going to do 17. We have 1 7, no comma. We have 18, so an 8. We have a 19 and a 19, so 2 9s. Okay, I've got all of my 10s. Now I'm going to go to my 20s. Looks like I have 25, 26, 23, 24. So I have 1 23, that's my lowest. I have a 24. I have 1, 2, 3 25s. And I have 2 26s. Okay, and then for my 30s, I just have 31. And there's my data for dolphins. Now for sharks, I'm going to do the same thing and just working backwards. So I have a 9 in the ones place, so I'm just going to do a 9. Then in my 10s, it looks like I have 18, 15, 17, 18, 16, 19. So 5 would be the lowest, 15. We have a 16. And you see I'm kind of working outwards here. We have a 17. We have 1, 2 18s. And we have a 19. Okay, got all for the 10s place. Now I'm going to go to the 20s. I have a 22, 24, 25, a 28. And then for my 30s, I just have 30. Now to figure out who swam more laps, we're just going to find the total from both sides. So I'm going to add these all together. So the dolphins, we have 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 19 plus 23 plus 24 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 26 plus 26 plus 31. And I got a total of 278 laps. And then for the sharks, we have 9 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 18 plus 19 plus 22 plus 24 plus 25 plus 28 plus 30. And we got 241 for the sharks. So the dolphins overall had more laps.